Well, hey everybody, I'm way down here next to the ground. It's raining a little bit, but I got to get this done. So I got my head down here in this dirt and it stinks. But what we're going to do today, y'all see this red bucket? Y'all seen this red bucket before. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to test the SP22 coil. Y'all seen where I got this SP22 coil? Now, I passed off the 24 over to Chris, so he now has it, and has been using a little bit himself, just testing a little bit. But I got the SP22 coil right here, and we're going to test it on the Simplex, see how it does with our red bucket. So y'all know what we're going to do. So what do we have? We have a nickel. We have a penny that's blue. If you don't know why that penny's blue, well, you might just have to sign up and go to one of these events that we have got going on to find out why we painted that penny blue. We have a pull tab. Also have a big old roofing nail. Not big old, but small one. I have a silver ring, the one I found with the Striker Z60. And last but not least, I have a quarter. I do not have a gold ring. I had one, but right now I just can't seem to find it. It's in a container somewhere. I used it on one of our video, or I used it on one of the events, so it's somewhere. But we're gonna test this stuff out with the SP22 coil. I'm thankful this thing's waterproof because it's drizzling pretty good out here. But stay tuned. Let's find out how this thing does with our depth indicating bucket. So let's do it. Y'all, so I'm gonna do a replacement. I can't find the gold ring that I have, but this one here rings up a 2324, which is similar to a gold ring. I'm going to use this instead. This is the one I found down at the lake back in 2020. But I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna put it in this first layer here. I think this is a 3-inch mark, so I'm gonna stick it in there and just see how it does. All right, it should be right there. Alright, I'm going to ground balance it. Well, I can't ground balance it now. Alright, that's at 3 inches. 3 inches down is showing 2 bars. It's a consistent 23. That's pretty good. Alright, I said I put it right there. Let's see how the pinpointing is. It's accurate. Right there. That's awesome. I'm going to drop it down just a little bit more. Let's get this ring out of here. Let's drop it down to the 5-inch level. See how 5 inches does. Should be the same place. Should be right there. So let's see what it does. Now again, I got this thing 1 bar from the top. Now it's reading 21, 22. With 3 bars. It's showing 3 bars. I'll show it to you again and see if I can get to it quick enough. 3 bars, 17. Okay, I'm going to drop it down one more time. And probably going to lose it after this. But that's 5 inches. I mean, that's a good way down in the ground. You think about it. This is 7 inches. This is a little over ½ a foot down. Get just a little blip. Now this is with the speaker. Now this is with the internal speaker. I wonder if it would be different from the headphones. I don't know. But I mean, you would literally probably not even stop at that. You may probably find this target if you've done searched the ground a bunch of times. Then all of a sudden, you start getting those deeper targets. And you start looking for those deeper targets, those faint sounds. And that's when you'll probably pick this up. But anyway, let's listen again. And it's showing up like 24. And then I've seen a 38 as well. So I'm going to move it over to field mode. That's this one here, and see what happens there. Wow, that's got a good sound to it. Oh yeah, I would definitely dig that. It's showing 1822. Of course, it's already gone now, but 1822, I would definitely dig that. But I'm going to go down one more time with it and just see if we hear anything with it. All right, now it's now in the 9-inch mark. Absolutely gone at 9 inches, but that's not bad. Not bad at all. So at 7 inches, it'll pick that ring up faintly. Okay, just like the previous two videos, the SP24 coil and the 28 coil, I'm going to test the 22 coil with the ring in the second tube at 5 inches. I have that nail, old rusty nail, in the 3-inch mark, okay? 3-inch depth. Showing 1620. Again, it's a consistent signal, but you're not going to dig it, you know, when you first go out there. So that's going to be something you find down the road. We're going to keep the ring in the 5-inch level, and we're putting a pull tab here. It's just like our SP24 and the SP28 test. If you hadn't seen those videos, go back. I've got them in the description. I got them occasionally popping up for you to see, but I got that pull tab here. Let's see if it'll mask it like it did the 20 and the 24 and the 28. Absolutely, 27, 28. And because they're similar in conductivity, you're not going to hear both of them. Now the silver ring, you might hear it a little bit different. You might hear that tone go up to a high tone, and you might see those numbers, those VDIs go up to like the 50s or maybe even the 60s. So let's try it again. 29, 30, 31. Y'all, here's the silver ring. The silver ring that I have is in this one now, and the other ring is here, right? So let's see what happens. More than likely, this silver ring is going to mask this, and this might actually bring my numbers a little different. I'll show you in a second. 78, 79. Yep, 77, 78, 79. So the silver ring is completely masking it. You don't even know there's another ring in there. So let's move on to the next. I'm going to do one more test with the silver ring and the other ring. I moved the other ring over a little bit, and this ring here is still where it was at. Now what you hear. There it is. Y'all hear that high tone and then mid tone? It's picking up the silver ring until I come off of it. Then it picks up the mid tone ring, the cheaper ring, right? So this thing here can separate targets really well, just to let you know. You hear that mid tone in there, you know there's something else there. Our next thing on the agenda is to drop down that silver ring to the 5-inch level and see how we're hearing it and see how far down we can hear it. $83, $78, $77. I'm going to drop it on down. 7-inch level. Let me move it over to field mode. There it is. Alright, field mode can pick it up barely at the 7-inch level. Move it back over to Park 1. You have to go over it just right to get the 7-inch, to pick it up at 7 inches. So I'm gonna venture to say you're not gonna hear it at 9. So we're gonna keep on moving to something else. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take that silver ring, put it in the 5-inch level. We took that I just grabbed that roofing nail, the old rusty nail, put it in the 3-inch level, about the same, so that way we can hear some masking there. it's jumping around. It's jumping around 21, 31, 55. So yeah, it's gonna be one of those iffy signals. You're gonna be like, it's probably just a piece of trash. But what you don't know is there is a piece of trash there, but there's a silver ring under it. It masks it well, and you can hear that iron audio, and you can hear that iron, but that's just the nature of the beast. You just have that iron in there, and it'll mask anything good sometimes. But anyway, let's move on to the next. All right, so now we're going to move on to the penny. This is a 1980, so this is a full copper penny here. We're going to start it. We're going to just see how far down the penny can be picked up by the Simplex with the 22 SP22 coil. I'll let you know what the VDI rings up as we go down. All right, 3 inches down. 77, 76. I also saw 75. So let's move it on down. 5-inch level. Bouncing a little bit. 73, 74, 77. Even seen a little bit in the 60s and upper 50s. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's go 7 inches. I'm going to raise the sensitivity up to the top. And we're in Park 1 mode. Remember that. Absolutely nothing. Now, let's change it over to field mode. Gone at 7 inches. Now let me remind you, this is nasty red clay that we have in South Carolina. So, and this stuff's highly mineralized, but it is ground balance to it. So I would say 6 inches is all you're getting out of mineralized soil that we have for a copper penny. About 6 inches with the 22 coil. All right, so here we go. Here's a nickel. It's bouncing a little bit, 29, 24, 27, and 30. But it's not going over 30. So we're going to drop it down to 5 inches. It bounces a little bit. I've seen 45, 32, and 24 as the main numbers. So you hear that consistent mid-tone, you might think, it's just can slaw. Yeah, but it might be a nickel, and it might be a V nickel or a buffalo nickel. So you wanna dig that. All right, y'all. Here's the question: Will it pick up at 7 inches a nickel? All right, let me change over to field mode. Listen to that. Field mode's deeper. Did pick it up. With headphones on, it may pick it up better than that. But that's what we're at with. I mean, it's so small of a. Yeah, I'm curious about headphones if it'll actually pick it up as opposed to out of the speaker. But it will pick it up just a hair, just a little blip. But we're gonna move back that back over to Part 1 mode. So again, you're not gonna get any deeper than 7 inches with this coil. So let's move on to a quarter. Okay, everybody, a quarter at 3 inches down. What's I always say? 90, 91. All day long. 5 inches, here we go. Still a 90. But a high, mid and a high tone, it was showing 69 and then 89. Let's move it on down to 7 inches. All right, quarter, 7 inches. There it is. It's staying in the 70s and like 82. I'm seeing 90 also, so it's trying to stay consistent. I'm gonna go on down to 9 and see if we hear it. Gone. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, if you have an SP22 coil or you're in the market for one, don't expect to find a coin below 7 inches. I'm just saying. It doesn't mean that they're not gonna find one, but a coin size object no deeper than 7 inches to have a good consistent signal. So don't mean you're gonna find a coin, but again, consistent signal. All right, everybody, so I'm getting ready to show you a trick of the trade, okay? When you buy a coil, I'm very impressed with this one. It performs very similar to the SP24 coil. It just has a different, when it comes to target separation. Honestly, I personally believe the SP24 coil probably do that better, which is fine, no big deal. But and this one, because it is a little bit wider, it may give you just maybe another inch of depth than the SP24, a half an inch of depth. But we're picking up targets there at the 7-inch level. So I want to show you something. You may not know this, you may know this, but when you get a metal detector, especially when you get a coil, whatever the coil length from here to here, top to bottom, is usually going to be your depth, okay? So you take this coil and you set it side by side with this, and what do you have? You have that 9-inch mark right there. So a coin size object was about 7 inches. So just a little bit shorter than this. So just to kind of keep that in mind, don't expect to find a coin size object any deeper than that, unless it's thicker, right? But just kind of want to give you a trick of the trade. Very cool coil, very nice. I look forward to using this throughout the winter. I'll probably be trading this off between the 22 and the 24, because I'm going to purchase me another 24 very soon. But just to have all 4 of them and to be able to use it for different things, okay? And I'll explain more about what this coil will be used for as opposed to what the 24 is used for down the road. But first look and first test does very good, and look forward to doing more tests with this coil on the Simplex. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you have a good day. God bless. We'll see you next time. And I tell you what, the next time I pull this red bucket out, we'll get that SP35 coil out here and do the same thing. See ya.